reviews on reviews on reviews. We have so much stuff to talk about today live at the Roxy. Welcome back on this Tuesday, June 8th. 8th for the Graith. What? Who the fuck knows what I talk about anymore? But we do know today I'm talking about In the Heights. I'm talking about Low-Key episode 1 and 2. I'm talking about The Bachelorette because y'all know I rock the high-low. And I'm talking about whatever it is that you guys want to talk about. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Super chat in. Let me know your questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, things you want me to review. There is so much happening again. There's just so much happening in the world again. There are places to go, people to see, TV shows to watch, movies to screen. It's almost like the pandemic never happened. Oh, wait, that's not true. The pandemic really fucked up all of our lives. I take it back. It's almost like the pandemic is coming to a close. That's more accurate. What's she doing with her hair? The world will never know. So today I'm going to be giving a lot of my thoughts on these things, two of which you guys probably haven't seen, one of which you might have watched, that being The Bachelorette, although knowing this audience, maybe not. But I'm not going to be spoiling anything for anybody. Why? Because don't be a dick. This we know. If you spoil anything in the chat, that means that you're an asshole. That's not an asshole. That's a person jerking off. But this theoretical person just came in your face because that's the kind of dick that you are. Unless it's consensual, it's a whole different thing. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't fucking spoil anything for anybody in the chat right now. If you've seen any of these things, if you got to see Low-Key episode 1 and 2 early, do not spoil it for people. If you got to see In the Heights early, do not spoil it for people. And even Bachelorette, which everybody could have watched last night, do not. Do not. Don't be that fucking person. Do not. Yeah. And if you don't, then you won't make me sing anymore because I'm just giving Rob Fishbeck all this extra ammo to make the official musical about me. So those are the things that I wanted to say. I'm going to keep it a brief show because I have to get out of here to go over to the live taping of FCL. Well, not that I have to, but I want to go see my friend Brett Gilmore and meet his incredible fiance and hang out with Steph and watch them do their thing. So I'll be leaving this to go to that, which is why I started a wee bit early. So it's going to be a toit, like a toiga show, but that doesn't mean that I don't want to hear from you guys. Streamlabs in, super chat in. Let me hear you loud and proud. Speaking of which, I'm going to start in Streamlabs. I bet I know who our first Streamlabs is coming through from, but you never know. Oh, after the show yesterday, actually, last night, Katie the Good Witch in the house. Fuck yeah, Katie the Good Witch. Katie said, I got the Caribou GM job. Oh my fucking God, Katie. I had to do 4 interviews, but I finally just heard back today and put in my 2 weeks. The CFO of my current company came down to talk to me and offered me crazy money not to walk away, but I very happily told him I'm out. Fuck yeah, Katie, we wanted this for you so bad. You so deserve this. Your life has been such a wild ride, and it will be nice to have more money, a lot more money, more stability, and a position where you are more respected. We are stoked for you. Everybody send bunnies for Katie. Hell yeah. Congratulations on the GM job. We knew that you could do it. We never doubted you for a second. And just so much love. Yeah, everybody sending supports to Katie. Katie the Good Witch. Glenn Caesar in the house. Zen Glenn. Glenn reminds us, rest in peace, Chris Burke, and love to Avery Burke. Hashtag 2 super rock stars forever. Let's go Smets and everyone else fighting. Hashtag smash cancer. On that note, I don't know if you guys saw, but Smets has his surgery tomorrow. So everybody please send good vibes and wishes to Smets for his surgery. He's going to fuck it up in a good way. You know, the hip way of fuck it up. Like he's going to be fucking amazing. And I know he is, but I've been texting with him today and I'm going to be calling him later. And I just want to put that good energy out into the universe for him because we are almost at the end of this fucked up saga. And I can't wait to be on the other side of it. I'm sure that he can't either. Also, Glenn says, I stand against anti-Semitism. I stand against Islamophobia. I stand against Asian hate. Hashtag stop AAPI hate. I know that Black Lives Matter. Hashtag BLM. Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankison, Jonathan McNally, rest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor, all 3 of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Hope today is the day just for all the people who've lost their lives due to excessive force. Hashtag say their names. Hello and good afternoon, Roxy, and all your nicknames. Great job hosting SEN Live today. Yeah, another very fun game. Gotta love Pictionary. Thank you. I'm glad that it worked and that people were enjoying it. It was nice to be able to watch these 3 people who I don't get to see draw very often drawing. And it is, yeah, it was really, really I had a lot of fun with it. I like to pick games that I think are going to be really fucking fun. So that's what I did. I picked a game that I thought was going to be really fucking fun. By the way, where the fuck is everybody? I know that YouTube has been fucking me on the notification front. Right now, I know they're also not prioritizing people who are going live every day, which definitely fucks me. But make sure, if you haven't already, comment on this video, like this video, push it out to your friends, join the Rockstar Band, subscribe so we can get as many people in here to be band members as we possibly can. But the Pictionary was very fun. Thank you, Glenn, for saying it. And Glenn also says well wishes and thank you for hanging out and keeping us company. Peace, bunnies, hugs, and good stuff to you, Grammy and Papo. Much love, Glenn. I appreciate that. Glenn also says RJ and everyone who shows up to give their support whenever, however they can when it gets tough, even by yourself. You're not alone. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. You guys are winners. You're kind, you're smart, you're unique, and showing up for people who need it and want it makes you awesome. Awesome. Oh, wow. Like totally freaked me out. I mean, right on. It's not what he wrote. I'm just going off script. Being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including strangers, whether it's on the internet or not, makes you humane and worthy. Your story is important, deserves to be seen and heard. Thank you, Glenn, for always giving us those reminders. We need them, and we really appreciate them. And anybody else who has daily mantras and reminders and or questions on Loki or In the Heights or The Bachelorette or other things you want me to review or advice things that you need or whatever it is that's going on, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, also in the super chat as we go throughout this abridged show today. Let's move into the thing that I am most excited to talk about, which is the title of this show, In the Heights. I'm reviewing In the Heights, and I'm picking this to go first because holy shit, I feel like the Scott Mance soundbite, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. This movie was fucking fire. Oh my God. In the Heights is a movie that I've listened to the soundtrack before. So I went last night and I went with the Whirl Girls, so Dee and Steph. Dee obviously is Latina and she knows the music from this and knows the whole story. And I think she even said she had seen the play once or something along those lines. And so she definitely was the most in the know on In the Heights. Steph had never heard a song from it and really didn't know much about what it was about. She just knew that it was about gentrification. So that, and then I had heard all of the music before, but didn't know, sometimes you know the storyline-ish, but you don't really know what's happening until you've seen it. So we were all on different ends of the spectrum going into it, and I think we all loved it equally as much coming out. So saying that to show that if you've never heard a song or you're obsessed with this, I think that you are pretty fucking covered across the board because this has something for everybody. It's got a really beautiful story to it, a story that I haven't seen in a musical form ever. I think that the musical just really worked for the camera format. And while it would be great on stage too, they were able to move around so much that it just elevated every single song. The choreography was wild. The cinematography was incredible. And this is a movie that they actually hired a lot of people from Broadway, a lot of singers to be these stars instead of going with Russell Crowe and Anne Hathaway and whatever, to have people be actors first and not really singers and kind of auto-tune things. These are real singers who do an incredible job. And it just really blew us away. There was very emotional parts to it, a couple of different things. There's a grandma storyline in here that I think because Dee, Steph, and I all love, we're all very close with our grandmas. That was really lovely to see because there's been more grandkid storylines recently in film, and I'm loving this movement between Parasite and a lot of the what was the other fucking thing that we just saw that I was obsessed with the grandma in it? Whatever. There's just been more grandma stuff, which I'm stoked about. There's also there's a couple of different love stories going on in this. I'm a lover of love, a shipper of ships. I am obsessed with two of the main love stories. They just are told so beautifully. Corey Hawkins, for those of you guys who've watched my reel, he stayed in my reel forever. I turn to him at the Comic-Con carpet and I say, I'm standing with Corey Hawkins, but I feel like I'm talking to Dr. Dre. And he starts laughing, and then I cut it. But it was a great interview. And I just remember that moment because what a weird opening line to say. And I understand why, because he played Dr. Dre, but to say I feel like I'm sitting with Dr. Dre when Dr. Dre is kind of known as being a fucking ass, it's kind of a bitchy thing for me to say. But he laughed so hard and made me feel so warm and welcome that I just really appreciated him. And then in this movie, he is so fucking sexy, so fucking talented. He can dance like a mother effer, and his voice is incredible. So he did a great job. And then Anthony Ramos, whew, mama. I mean, he's the one who's playing the Lin-Manuel Miranda part, and he is such a smoke show. It is insane. He's just got that thing, that endearing quality where you just fall in love with him immediately, and that is so essential for this movie. And he's able to do it in like 2 seconds flat. So incredible job on both those two main actors' parts. And then the actresses, I didn't know either of the two main actresses, and they blew my mind. Leslie Grace and Melissa Barrera. Melissa Barrera, who is somebody that Dee was talking to us about. She says she's a Mexican actress who has just like shot out of a cannon, going really fucking, she's going places. And then she blew the roof off the place. It was they were both ridiculously talented. All four of these people are people to look out for. Then on top of that, Jimmy Smits was in this, and I've always loved him. I'm a big Jimmy Smits fan, not just because of all of my nerdy heart stuff with Star Wars or any of the TV stuff, West Wing, NYPD Blue, but more recently, I thought that he was I was obsessed with Sons of Anarchy, and he did such a great job there. He's very, very good. He's just really, really good. So it was nice to see actors like him in here, or Lin-Manuel, or there was Dasha from Orange is the New Black was in here. There was a lot of recognizable faces. Mark Anthony in here as well. So just, yes, across the board, really, really solid cast. They made some very strong choices in this movie, not just with who they were casting and casting some relatively no names, but also with the cinematography. There's a couple things that are more abstract or obscure that really work for me. And then just the sense of community. You could tell that this cast, or at least they're able to fake it unbelievably well, they felt like people who had known each other forever, that were a family. It was so beautiful. So not only was it heartwarming, not only was it an important story to be told, but it was also really fucking entertaining. You can't take your eyes off the screen. There was multiple times that I like fist pumped or yelled. One time there's something that takes place, something sexy that takes place, and I was like, woo! And the girls kind of looked at me like, you good, dog? You fucking good. Can't rave about this movie enough. I think that I was thinking about the movies that I've seen since we've been out of quarantine. In screeners, I saw this, I saw F9, I saw Quiet Place 2, and I saw Cruella. And it's hard because as much as you guys know, I love F9, obviously. It's a little bit of a different genre. This is a completely different genre than Quiet Place 2, but it is, I don't know which one of those two I liked more. I think they're both probably going to make my top 10 list of the year. I can't imagine movies taking both those off the list. They both were so phenomenal. So it's nice to come back to all these incredible movies. Just really, really can't recommend this enough. If you've never heard the music, if you're not that into musicals, they just do such a great job of telling the story too. And yeah, that really worked. Let me know questions, comments, concerns. What is your favorite musical? I want to hear from you guys. What makes a great musical? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs says, be most excellent to yourselves and each other, RJ and Rockstars. Cheers to finding fuck yeah news and what brings us joy and smiles and laughter in each of our days, our weeks, and months. Oh no, I already read that. Did I? I don't know why I thought that this was a different one because it came in much later. Each of our days, our weeks, our months, and even our years. Maybe I didn't. Maybe we lose ourselves dancing, singing to our own music. I don't know if I did or I didn't, but Glenn, I appreciate that. And every time you say it, it means the world to me. So thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Jake Yacovetta, my mod, for putting the Streamlabs link in here. Would love to hear from you guys. Let me know questions, comments, concerns, favorite musicals. And if you are if there's something that's going to make or break you seeing this, ask it, because I want to tell you guys this movie is worth your fucking time. And yeah, John M. Chu, whew, man, can this guy fucking direct circles around people. He's got it going on. He just really does. And I'm looking forward to seeing whatever he does next. Big supporter and fan of Crazy Rich Asians, but he's also done a ton of other things. Oh, interesting that I didn't realize he did Gem in the Holograms, and the cinematographer here also did Gem in the Holograms, I think, so they've worked together before, which is probably why they made such a fucking phenomenal team. So wild seeing that he also directed Never Say Never, Step Up 2, Now You See Me Too. There's a lot of stuff on his resume that's interesting. John M. Chu for the win. All right, moving forward, I would like to talk about Loki. This is a non-spoiler review. I'm going to be doing, this is a non-spoiler review. I'm going to be not spoiling shit. That's what that means. I saw episode 1 and 2, and I know that there's so much talk about this on the internet right now, and I have not seen one negative thing about this so far. And I got to tell you guys, I'm not here to add anything to that list because it's really fucking great. I've just been seeing a lot of great stuff recently. You guys know I tend to like things. I am a creator myself. I'm not a critic. So when I watch things, I look at it like, wow, what went right here? But really, when I'm trying to pick things apart, even if I am, this fucking worked. Loki's really good. Tom Hiddleston is just made to play this character. And so no matter what position we put him in, he kind of just shines, and so does everybody around him. So the pilot of Loki, a lot of people are describing this as the best pilot Disney Plus has done and or Marvel has done. And I agree that it is phenomenal, and I would put it up there for sure. I'm having a hard time remembering of the Netflix Marvel shows. I loved a lot of those too, so I don't remember full blown what their pilots were, but definitely of the Disney Plus Marvel shows, I didn't love. I liked the WandaVision pilot, but I preferred episode 2 and 3. I didn't love the Falcon and the Winter Soldier pilot, even though I loved that fucking series. So for me, this was very clearly the best of the Disney Plus Marvel pilots. It was really, really good. It was funny and witty and entertaining and different in tone and mischievous, and it just made you think, like, do I trust this character at all? And that's what I'm noticing in the first 2 episodes. You just continue to ask yourself, I've lived with this character for a really long time. We've lived with Loki for over a decade. And I think we feel about him how everybody in his life feels about him. You just don't know. You just don't know. We don't know. We don't know. You can't, what is the expression? You don't trust him as far as you can throw him. That's kind of how I feel about Loki. So it's really interesting to have a protagonist, a main character who we don't 100% trust. And that makes her a wild premise. I think that episode 1 and episode 2 were also different in tone. 1 is a lot of, okay, what the fuck is going on here? Where are we? How did we get here? What are the rules of this place? What can we be expecting? And episode 2 is like, and now we're living in it. And so we set you up, and now let's live. Let's play. Let's have some fun. And so I don't know whether I liked 1 or 2 better. I think it will kind of depend on how they fall in the rest of the series. But I liked them both a lot for different reasons. I think that 1 did a really good job of entertainingly setting us up. So there was a lot to explain really fast, and they did it in a way that A, made sense or enough sense, and B, was not boring. It wasn't just exposition. So I really thought that they put a lot of attention into that, and they made it fun and funny instead of, oh, we got to explain the rules of the game here. So that was really great. And then episode 2, we start living more in this situation, and it's kind of fucked. Like, you're bobbing, you're weaving. And so without giving spoilers, that is pretty much what I can tell you guys about Loki. Happy to take questions, comments, concerns, though. I haven't mentioned Owen Wilson yet. He is so good. He's made for this for sure. Yeah, made for this for sure. So let me know, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Would love to hear from you guys. Questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, anything related to Loki, In the Heights, or whatever the hell's going on in y'all's life. Paul3JP in the Streamlabs says, make or break on In the Heights. How big is Lynn's role? If significant, unfortunately, I'm out. Had my fill of Miranda rapping. Just me, though. I know he has legions of fans. I really like him, too. I mean, I really like him, but I think that he is a more brilliant creator than he is singer. So I hear you on this a little bit, Apollo. And I would say that his role is really not significant. He has a couple of he has maybe like the 10th 15th biggest role in the movie, maybe. So really not that significant. I think if you're kind of over him, just watching him perform, I don't think you're gonna have a problem with this. There might be one scene that you're like, all right, I'm done with this. By the way, for In the Heights, there is a post-credit scene. I think most people didn't know that because it's kind of a weird movie to have a post-credit scene. So stick around after the credits. It's just something really fun. It's not something that is necessary, but it is fun. So if you are looking to get your money's worth or the whole movie, then make sure that you stay to the very, very end. Because I don't even think it's a mid-credit. It was post-credit. Any other questions about In the Heights or Loki? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. I know that we have talked about how Kevin Feige said that Loki is going to change the future of Marvel forever in a bigger way than any of the other shows did, which is wild to think about because I feel like WandaVision really changed the future of Marvel with what the fuck is going to happen now after they created this place and what's happening with Agatha and with the kids and everything else. Then Falcon and the Winter Soldier changes the future of Marvel forever because we have a new Captain America. So that's fucking massive. So what could happen in this show, in Loki, that really changes everything more so than either of those? And I'd be fascinated to see. So fascinated. Ben Rayner in the Super Chat says, hi, Roxy. Great game on SEN today. Thank you so much, Ben. I'm so excited for Loki. Also, can't wait for next Superman and Lois tonight. That show is so good. I really like it. I've fallen off of Flash, sadly. I'll watch the finale tonight, though. Oh my God, it's the finale tonight. I'm 2 episodes behind, or maybe 3. Yeah, I've kind of fallen off too. The only one I watch and like making sure I watch in the next 24-hour cycle is Superman and Lois. It's so good. And the other ones just are not up to snuff right now. King Sport Cal in the Super Chat says, I like the corner peak eyelash. That's dope. Corner peak eyelash. I like the corner peak eyelash. What the fuck's a corner peak eyelash? I don't know what that is. I don't know what it's called. Oh, I don't know what it's called. Corner. Okay. Maybe my eyelashes. The cat eye. It's eyeliner. And so these are my eyelashes, but this is eyeliner. So you do what's called, it's like a cat eye eyeliner where instead of just stopping here, you kind of do a little bit of, it's a winged eyeliner because I don't have a whole cat eye, but this would be called winged eyeliner when it has like that additional wing on it. And thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. If I had to choose a musical, it would be Sweeney Todd. Best makeup for the girlfriend. Best makeup for the girlfriend. And Sweeney Todd? You think Sweeney Todd is the best makeup for the girlfriend? Do you like when your girlfriend dresses like Sweeney Todd? I'm really having to push through this King's workout. Tell me what you mean. I love Sweeney Todd, though. I think Sweeney Todd's awesome. So thank you guys for your support in the Super Chat. And anybody else, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Y'all already know what to do. Appreciate that support. And shout out to everybody who's watching live right now. You guys know I love to give you guys shout outs, even for those of you guys who can't financially support me. Because I know times are really tough for those of you who can. Much fucking love, but for those of you who can't, thank you for being here. Glenn Caesar, Jake Robles, Joseph Ashley, RJCXD, Murderana, Simply Emily, Stephen Sommers, John Bainbridge, Andrew Thomas, King Sport Cal, Ben Rayner, Aaron Hall, Loudy Ferdinand, Christian Hardesty, Legoland, Jake Yacovetta, Zeno Hour, Rob Fishbeck, Drew 914, Gregory Castillo, Evan Hooker, Will McLean, all of you guys in here. I really appreciate you being here live with me. DK, Nano, you guys are awesome. And Movie Master 83. I try to give as many shout outs as I can. I know a lot of YouTubers say don't give shout outs unless people are paying for it because then you won't get as much money. And that is honestly probably the case and why I'm making a lot less in the Streamlabs and Super Chats. But I see you guys and I know and I feel like you guys fucking show up every day for me in the way that I show up every day for you guys, especially the core 100 of you guys. And just fucking love you. So shout out to everybody and thank you for joining live at the Roxy on this Tuesday. Okay, I know I just talked about Loki. If you guys have more questions on that, Streamlabs them in. I know that I talked about In the Heights. I can't emphasize enough how much I love both of those things for completely separate, different reasons. But like, if you are wondering, should I go see In the Heights? Is it worth my money? Yes. If you're wondering, should I watch Loki? Should I stay up tonight? Well, if you got an early morning job, don't fuck with your life. But yeah, I do think it is worth checking out tonight. We'll be definitely talking about it live at the Roxy tomorrow. So it might be worth watching before we get here because I'll probably do a spoiler review, but at the very end, so you can still catch the show in the meantime. So yes, I would recommend watching it. But now I want to talk about The Bachelorette, something that a lot of you guys don't give a flying fuck about, but it was the first episode, so there's still time for you guys to get into it. And then when I'm done with this, any other Streamlabs or Super Chats I will get to, and then I'll get the fuck out so I can go support my friends Brad and Steph in the FCL, which I love to see. So, oh, by the way, guys, with in terms of Schmoedown stuff, Nick has joined our faction study sessions, and we're really liking him. So that's just a little update. We're really liking him so far. Okay, Bachelorette. When I'm watching the season, for those of you guys who don't watch, no worries. I'm going to break it all down. This is the first episode of the season. The girl who's starring on The Bachelorette is this girl named Katie. She was just on this previous season of The Bachelorette. And on The Bachelorette, this previous season, remember there was all that drama. And Katie was the one who was the best person on the show, to be honest. She was the one who stood up for everybody else. There was that other girl whose dad was really sick and people were giving her shit. And I think Katie was really ballsy. She is very polarizing. A lot of people don't like her. I happen to really like her because I think she really does stand up for what she believes is right. And I think that that's sometimes really hard to do, especially on national television. But also when you are having to go against a bunch of girls in Girl World who are all on one page and you're on a fucking different page. I think it's hard to be Katie sometimes. And I think it paid off for her because now she's the fucking Bachelorette. LOL, watching my numbers plummet as I talk about the Bachelorette, but I can't even fucking help it because y'all know I'm a big Bachelorette person. I never used to watch before, but now I do. As I'm sidetracking, Track Stars in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, Roxy, have you seen Plus One on Hulu with Maya Erskine from the one from Pen 15? It just reminded me of you and all these things and all these weddings. No, I haven't seen it. I haven't even heard of Plus One Track Stars. I'm going to have to check that out. Thank you so much for your support, by the way. Really appreciate you. And streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar for anybody else. But talking about Mike Riley, poor timing by me, just got here and it's Bachelorette talk. Love your hugs. Talking about Katie, it's wild to watch her though because she was really sex positive on the show, meaning that on her first night when she was on the Matt James' season, she brought, everybody does these intros, and she brought a dildo. She brought a dildo vibrator, a vibrating dildo with her to like show him as a joke. And it made her stand out, but it also made her hated. And it kind of put her in the friend zone with him for a really long time. It was truly bizarre to watch, but for some reason that kind of friend zoned her. I think it made him think of her as not that serious, but she just was kind of having fun. And then she got known as the sex positive Bachelorette, the sex positive Bachelorette. So now she is the sex positive Bachelorette, and ABC is like, I think really proud of that because they keep touting it everywhere. Like she's sex positive. She's sex positive. And it's like, I think that there's it's cool to be sex positive. You guys know I am sex positive. Doreen is sex positive. Steph's sex positive. If you guys are here, very likely you're sex positive. But at some point, you say it so many times that it sounds fucking weird. Like, can't you just be somebody who loves boning? Like, why do you have to be positive about everything? It's not a I know that it is a movement, but it doesn't even need to be a movement. Like sex positive, it just sounds so fucking weird. So whatever. The girl likes not only likes sex, but is positive about sex. Guess what? Her and me both. The fuck yeah, sex. Way to go. Woo woo. You know, sex positive Grammy. Like at this day and age, but whatever. If you're sex negative, then somebody just jerked off on your face. That's the truth. So she's the sex positive bachelorette. And so it was interesting last night because she keeps saying she wants somebody who's like a real man. But then she really wants somebody who's really silly and goofy. And then she also was obsessed with this guy who dressed as a cat. But then she also loved this guy that was really handsome that just stayed in a box. And then she really also liked this guy who she was just really, really quiet and nervous. And so I cannot tell at all. This is one of the first bachelorettes that I cannot tell at all what she's into. I mean, I don't know if she knows what she's into. Then we see the preview for this season. It's like, it seemed like the most dramatic thing I've ever seen. Everybody's crying and she's going to leave and then does she stay and all that stuff. So far, there's just a lot of fucking stuff I'm interested about. If you haven't ever seen The Bachelorette, I'm going to talk about it on this show. Why don't you just give the first episode a shot? It's on abc.com. It is 2 hours, but you can fast forward through all commercials. So it's an hour and 20 minutes. And it is, count how many times, drink every time they say sex positive, because like over and over. And then the guys are coming up to her and they're like, you seem like a really sweet girl. And we love how sex positive you are. We love that you're and it's just like, what is this? It's just so fucking strange. What do you guys think? Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar, going in here and talking to y'all. Leonard Kim in the house. Leonard Kim says, hey, Dimple Tits, Roxy, I hope you're doing well. I'm looking forward to Loki and In the Heights, but I'm really here for Bachelorette talk. Yes, Leonard Kim. I'm a big fan of Katie and her personality/character. Also, I like Tayshia and Caitlyn as hosts. Yeah, so since Chris Harrison's not there, they brought in 2 of the ex-bachelorettes onto the show, Tayshia and Caitlyn, and they're helping. It was kind of funny because they're watching all these introductions through the window and they're sitting and eating popcorn. I think they did a really good job with it. At the very end, they didn't know how to pop a bottle of champagne, which made me judgy a little bit, but hey, to each their own. To each their own. Leonard Kim also says, my one gripe with the show, however, is that they showed in the promo for next week and what that entails for the rest of the show. Is what they show. They've done this often recently in both The Bachelor and Bachelorette, and it's overplayed for me. Wait, I don't know what they showed in the promo. What is it that they showed that upset you? Maybe I missed something. Glenn Caesar on the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, I binged Superman and Lois the other night. I finally caught up. I'm all in on it. Now I won't feel left out for Only Stupid Answers conversations. LOL. Also, did you finish watching Alone Together? I got to get on it. I know you started it. Thanks, Glenn. I'm glad that you watched so that you can feel caught up in our conversations. Yes, I finished Alone Together. It was fucking great. Very abruptly ends. I'm hoping that they get another season at some point because it just feels like there's more to do with that show. We only got 2 seasons and then it really just ends. So I don't know whether they caught wind of the Chris D'Elia stuff. He kind of just appears on the show or what happened, but I would love for that show to continue at some point. Kind of hope that it does. And Superman and Lois rocks. All right, friends, that is about all I have for today's show for Live at the Roxy. I'll stick around for a couple more minutes just in case y'all have questions, comments, concerns. Streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar. Get them in now. Ask me about Loki. Ask me about In the Heights. Ask me about Superman and Lois. Bachelorette, Alone Together. Oh, God, I'm so excited for Bachelorette. It's nice when I get to come on here and I've just watched things that I love. Like, I like everything I've talked about today. That's a lot of fuck yeah news. Christian Hardesty in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Striar says, hey, Roxy, how long are the first episodes of Loki? Gotta know how early to wake up before work on the East Coast. P.S. Really hoping you can start getting some sleep soon. Great question. Let me look. I got to log into the Disney screeners thing, but I can look for you. I think they were each around an hour, but I actually didn't even pay attention, which is probably a really good sign for the show and means that they certainly didn't drag and they also didn't feel too short, considering that I legitimately don't know how long either of these, either of the first 2 Loki episodes were. Wow, it's so funny because I always go to look at that, and then I just for some reason, maybe I was just really excited, I just did not check it out. So good on them for entertaining me the whole time. All right, I've clicked through to my Disney, and thank you to Disney for these screeners, which doesn't mean I have to like anything, but I do appreciate that you guys have them. Oh, no, they took them down. The screeners are gone. I don't remember. Sorry, friend. I think they were like 50-something minutes. Will McLean said, heard first two are in the 50-minute range. Oh, Murder on Us says 51 and 54. That sounds about right. Their runtimes are public. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Thank you for picking up the slack where I am slacking. Also in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Jake Robles in the house. Yes, Jake. Jake says, another great show. Thanks, Roxy. Appreciate you, Jake. Thank you for that support and for everybody who's given support in the Streamlabs today. You guys are fucking awesome. You're the reason I'm able to maintain doing this show and frankly, stay in Los Angeles. And everything that you guys give over here and at the World Girls is just like, makes my little heart pound. All right, guys, as we get out of here, don't forget, there's a couple things that we need to do. These are the important things in life. One more from Leonard Kim. Leonard Kim says, I wrote that vaguely to avoid spoilers. I'm talking about when they showed that Blake will join. Oh, yeah. So a previous cast member is joining. I don't think it's too spoilery because they showed it. I wish that I didn't know that either. I totally am with you. I'm totally with you. Check your internet, guys. Blow on it. That's the best way to do it. Hopefully you've already made your bed, but if you haven't already, go do it. Day one or one day? Ask yourself that question when you go to make your bed. It could be day one. You could do it. Change your life. Don't Tread with the Holocaust. It's a weird thing to sing right now, but I'm already singing and I'm Jewish, so it's not that weird. Put down the toilet seat and lid. You don't want those buffoons. Brett, Miles, Jonathan, arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. And I think that is it for today's show. Thank you guys so much. Stay safe, stay sane. Check out FCL in an hour and a half. And I'll see you guys tomorrow live at the Roxy and then also for World Girl Wednesday.